Alright, so this is module 528 SAM Capstone project 1A. So here it has given some instruction. So you need to download all these files, and then here we need to add one add-ins. So for that, go to data tab, and then if this solver does not appear in your data tab, then simply search here add-ins, and then click here, and then check mark this solver add-in, and then hit OK, and this will appear here. So let's get into the project. So step one, it is saying Benicio project is a financial consultant. Go to the US worksheet. So click here, and it is saying has received the email. Canada, Mexico. The worksheet for the country has similar structure. Complete the worksheet as follows. Okay, so group US, Canada, and Mexico worksheet. So for that, we need to select this and then hold control and then select this and also select this. So this in the background will change into the white. After that is saying in cell F5. Okay, so in cell F5, insert a formula using sum function that totals mini cell amount for quarters 1 through 4, B5 through E5. So sum function, and then it is saying sum from B5 through E5, and then close parenthesis and then hit enter. Okay, so after that it is saying fill the range F6 through F7 with formula in F5 to display the total. Okay, so just go to the corner, plus sign will appear, and then drag it, and then it shall apply the formula. And after that it is saying on group, so right click on any worksheet and then click on group, and then this will disappear, the white background will disappear. So step 2, go to all location worksheet. Firstly, let's make sure if that applied to all. Yeah, that applied. So go to all location worksheet. When Benicio wants to summarize the consolidate the cell. So in cell F5, oh sorry, B5. In cell B5, it is saying enter the formula using sum function and 3D reference that totals the mini cell value C5 in quarter 1 from US, Canada, and Mexico worksheet. So again, sum function C5 in US, again C5 in Canada, and C5 in Mexico. So let's maximize this. So sum function is on. Now then after that, go to US worksheet, and then it was saying V5, or what cell it was? Yeah, V5, and then comma, and then Canada worksheet, and then again V5, comma, Mexico worksheet, and then again V5. Now close parenthesis and hit enter. So that should apply. Okay, now fill the range C5 through E5 using the formula to total the. Okay, up to here. Now here is B5, V5, V5, here is C5, here is D5, here is E5. Okay. After that, you're saying fill the range B6 through E7. So B6 through E7 with the formula in the range B5 through E5 to total the sale for other products in quarters. Okay. So let's use this to fill this. Okay, so it used B6 and B7, C7. Okay, so that's right. So step 2 is down. Now step 3, it is saying Benicio started to define name for cell and range in all location worksheet. To make it easy, he wants to add a defined name. Okay, so create a defined name for the waterproof cell amount. Okay, so for that in range B7 through E7. So B7 through E7, it is saying create a defined name using this. So let's copy this text. Oops, Control C, and then it is selected. So right click and then define name, and then in the name field just paste that. So waterproof total, and then hit OK. So that is done. So in cell F5, enter a formula using the sum function to display the total of cell amount in mini total range. So in F5, so sum in mini total range. So just type mini total and then double click and then close parenthesis, enter. And then after that it is saying in F6 this one, F7 this one. So in F6 also sum function and then voice activated total, double click and then close parenthesis, enter. And then here also, so sum function waterproof total, close parenthesis, enter. All right, so step 4, it is saying open the workbook, support this one. All right, so I opened that workbook. Now it is saying mm, 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 return to the all location worksheet in the original workbook. Okay, so all location, let's keep it here. And then in cell, yeah, in cell G5. Okay, G5, enter formula using external reference to display the total sale of many product in 2020, cell F5. Okay, I got the workbook. Now it is saying in cell G5, enter a formula using external reference to display the total sale of many products in. So we need to reference this in G5. So for that, what we can do is, so firstly select G5 and then go to this workbook and then select total. Oops. Select G5 equals to and then select total. So it will fill this. Now minimize this. Okay, F5. So it is saying in the formula in the cell G5, change the absolute reference to a mixed reference. Okay, so in here only $1 will be there with a relative reference to row number. So this is column, this is the row. So in the row number it is saying relative reference. So we need to remove this $, and then this is fine. Okay, so step 2 is down, hit enter, and then fill the range G6 through G8 with the formula in G5, filling without formatting. Okay, so just copy it and then select this and then formula. Okay, now hit escape to remove. Okay, so here is F5, F6, F7 and F8. Okay, so close this workbook. Okay, close that. And in step 5 it is saying in range B12 through E12. So B12 through E12, want to display a rating dependent total, illustrate the criteria. For example, if between you the performance rating is good. Okay, so in between you start to use a as lookup function. So equals to and then as lookup, double click. So as lookup, so what's the lookup value? So lookup value is use the total B8 as lookup value, and then table array will be this. So here is the absolute reference, and then specify the row 2. Okay, and then it is saying specify approximate match. So double click and then that's it. So close this and then hit enter. It is saying fill C12 through E12. Okay, so go to the corner, plus sign will appear and drag it up to E12. Okay, now step 6. So in range I3 through L7. So I3 through L7, this one, and listed the information about managers in US, Canada, and Mexico. You need to add a link to email. Initial L5. Okay, so L5, create a link to this email without changing the display text. Okay, so for that, right click and then here is link. Click here and then in email address. So just copy this one, text to display, and then in email address field paste that. This mail to will automatically append, so don't worry about this, and then hit OK. Okay, so this is done. Now step 7, when a CEO also want to make it easy to access more detailed information about managers which he has stored in a Word document. Okay, so create a link to a file as follows. In cell I9, create a link to Word document. Alright, so I9, right click and then again link. So this time I'm going to link it to external file. So click on this existing file or web page tab, and then browse it, and then I have in here, oops, not here, here, and then locate this file, and then hit OK. Okay, so use as text to display, use this one. So let me copy it, and then text to display. Okay, so this is already there, and then screen tip, access manager details, and then OK. Now OK, and then hit OK. Okay, so if you hover on it, if you click here, oops, then this will open, and if you hover on it, it's also access manager details, but I am not sure why it is not showing. Yeah, it is saying access manager details, so that means screen tip text. Alright, so step 8, it is saying go to current sale worksheet. Alright, so current sales worksheet, which contains a table listing sale for January 2022. To make it easier to read, the table name has been renamed sales. So go here, and the table name is sales, and in column Z, so Benicio want to indicate whether DIG technology should send the customer a promotional offer. Okay, so in column Z, provide a promotional offer and information as follow. In cell G5, enter a formula using the AND function and structured reference. Okay, so let's start with equals to sign, and then AND function, open parenthesis. So logical one is, the first condition test whether the value in product column equals mini 2. So either you can copy that structured reference format or just click on it, and then it is a logical one. So in this, if this is equals to mini 2, now another logic, so this is a location. So if location equals to us, make sure you type it that way, and then if Excel does not fill the column, fill the, okay. So these are the two conditions. Now close parenthesis and then hit enter. Okay, so it filled all the columns, so we should not worry about step D. Now let's go to step 9. The sales table is currently sorted by the value in the cell ID column. Okay, so but Benigio wants to sort the table by date, then amount. To make it easier to track the data, apply a custom sort to sales a table to sort it in ascending order, first by value in date column and then by value in amount column. So here most people make a mistake here. So here it is sorted by ID column, so small arrow is showing. So what people do is just click here and then sort it in the ascending order, and then after that click here and sort it in the ascending order. So this is the mistake. For that, it is saying when to sort this both values, so we shall apply custom sorting. So for that, let's maximize. Okay, and then go to home tab, and then sort and filter, and then here is custom sort. Okay, so it is saying sort by date in ascending to descending order. Okay, so ascending means from small to big one, so oldest is smallest, new is big, so this is in ascending order. Now again add label, and then by amount, so it is saying smallest to largest, ascending to ascending to descending. So this is fine. Okay, so first by date and then by amount. Okay, okay, so as you can see, here is arrow sign in both of these, and then in cell ID the arrow sign is removed. That's what we want. Okay, now step 10, Benegio wants to make sure that sales table does not contain any duplicate records. Okay, identify and remove the duplicate record. So in range A5 through A40, so select A5, now scroll down, and then hold shift and select A40, and it is saying create a conditional formatting. So here is the conditional formatting under styles group, conditional formatting, and then highlight cell rules, and then duplicate value. Okay, so in light red fill with dark red text, so this is the one, and then hit okay. And now it is saying delete the second duplicate record from the table, Okay, so this is the second duplicate record. Just click here and then delete. So this is the wrong step. So it is saying hint, do not delete the row from the worksheet, because if we delete that row and then here is also another row, that will also get deleted and we will get error. So for that, do Control Z and then look, here is the row. So this will also get deleted and this will get messed up. If these data were not here, then it would be okay to delete that way. But in this case, here are the information, so we cannot remove this. So for that, what we need to do is maximize this, select any cell inside the table design will appear, and then here is the handy remove duplicates option under the tools group. Now just click here and it will, and then yeah, select all these and then okay. One duplicate value found and removed. Now hit okay. So this step is done. Now step 11, it is saying Benicio wants to remove, might want to filter the product detail data in the range I4 through M16. So I4 through M16, this one. It is saying format the range as a table using light gray. Light gray, okay. So I4 through M16. And then here is format as table. Just click here and it is saying table style medium 14. So light gray medium 15. So this is the one. Just okay. And then okay. Okay, so it is saying now to make it easier to refer the data, table name details. Okay, so just click here and then go to table design tab, and here is the table name, and then click details and then okay. So after that it is saying, so hint, rename the table, not the range. So okay, we did the right step. Done. Just select this and then right click, and then if this was not table, here it used to be define range or something. We did that in previous step. Done to that. We did this. This is the right way. Okay. So 13. When you want to examine the January 2022 sale by country and channel, create a pivot table based on sales table as follow. On the new worksheet, insert a table. Okay, pivot table based on sales table. So this is the details table. Let's go to sales table of sales table. Okay, now it is saying insert a pivot table. All right. So go to insert and then pivot table, and then from table range. So from sales table on new worksheet. So hit OK. Now it is saying use January pivot as the name of the worksheet. Right. So right click and then rename and then copy this, paste it. And delete the channel type value as the column heading. Oh, display the channel type value as the column heading. So channel type, just click here and then drag it to the columns, and then now it is saying location value as row heading, drag it, drop it, and then amount value in the here, drag it, drop it. All right. Now it is saying apply the currency number format with 0 decimal places and dollar symbol to the sum of amount values. So here just click on the drop down and then value field setting and then number setting, and then it wants, yeah, currency number format with 0 decimal places and dollar symbol, and then hit OK and then OK. So it is saying use sales this, so just copy it as column name in the sum of amount field. So again value field setting, and here is the column name, and then delete this and then paste it and then OK. So this will change. Now it is saying use country to identify the row heading. So in A4, delete this and then type country, and then if we in B3 it is saying channel. Okay, so change the pivot style to white, pivot style medium 14 to coordinate with. So just click here, it is saying white pivot style medium 14. Alright, so go to design and then expand it, and then medium 14 white, digital medium 14. Okay, so that is done. Now step 15, Benuki wants to isolate cells for each product. So insert a slicer as following. Insert a slicer based on the product field. So make sure you select any cell in this pivot chart, and then go to insert. Oops. So here is the insert, and then it wants to insert a slicer based on product field. Okay, so here is the slicer under the filter group, and then based on the product. Now hit OK. Alright, move and resize the slicer so that it covers the range F3 through G12. So F3 through G12. So this is G12. Alright.